Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to Magic Rising, a tabletop game powered by Nobilis, which is pretty obscure, you probably haven't heard of it. So what's a tabletop game? Well, it's like Dungeons and Dragons, we're all going to be a bunch of nerds, and I've got a pretty cool cast with me today, so let's just go left to right, which I hope is the same on everybody's screen. Uh, Proxy, who are you and what do you do?
I'm known for writing stuff on the internet, being a theory crafter, I suppose, and the coach for Team Silicon Esports on the OCE.
Alright, cool, Silent Wolf.
Well, I'm basically a no one. I don't know. I'm from Canada. I'm in high school. New to the scene, I guess.
I didn't know they even had high school in Canada. Cool, good to have
Neither
you.
did I.
Wolfpack.
I'm Wolfpack89 from Smite Guru. I write up articles and stats and do videos with Jake on Malfoy now that I just started. So mostly Smite Guru guy. So
Sweet. Dandy. I can't hear you, Dandy.
Rip.
Oh no. Alright.
I'll do it for him. He's known for having an online relationship with D. Freddy.
That's true. Yeah, D. Freddy's other better half. So, star count. Tell us a little about yourself. Who are you?
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I play Smite
What?
and I write and do other things on the internet sometimes.
Sweet. Alright.
Yeah.
Now, the ultimate test. Can we actually hear Dandy now?
Hello.
Yeah, hi.
There we go.
Fixed it. He has a voice.
Yeah, and an accent. Alright, so, yeah, let's just get it started. I'm gonna switch you guys over to our first little scene. And so let's get it going. This is a campaign called Magic Rising. The tagline is: a mysterious group is abducting people in New York. As someone touched by magic, you are compelled to uncover the truth behind what's happening. And we'll dive into your characters a little bit later, but you know, you, whoever you are, there's something in you. For some reason, you want to know what's happening with these Hudson River kidnappings. And you find yourself in Chinatown, in a neighborhood formerly called Five Points. Now it's just a part of Chinatown. You're across the street from Columbus Park. It's got basketball courts and a playground. It's not the biggest park in the city, obviously, because it's not Central Park, but it's a decent size. And you're walking down the street. You walk past a Chinese funeral home, and up on the corner you can see a deli that serves breakfast and lunch. But actually, between those two, there's a small, unmarked red door. You enter it, and it's a nightclub called Le Baron, which is French, so I pronounced that wrong. You enter the nightclub, walk past the bartender, and at the end, sitting in sort of a corner table, is a man with a pale complexion, ungelled, like, chaotic hair, a poorly trimmed goatee, and an unbuttoned black shirt. He gestures to you to sit down alongside a few others. And he introduces himself to you. His name is Jason Tabernacle. And you're sort of overpowered by his presence. He's impeccably dressed, but his presentation is sort of unintentional. He's one of those people that sort of looks like he stumbled into his closet and came out looking like a movie star, but you have no idea how he actually did that. And he speaks in sort of a low but pleasant voice. It's a pleasure to have you here. Let's get right down to it. So you all know why you're here, yes? No matter. No questions, please. We don't have time for questions now. And anyway, this isn't about me. This is about you. So let me ask you some things. So let's start with Dandy, because I think I've heard a little bit more about your character, and we'll switch over to the character sheets. So what's your character's name?
My character's name is Edward.
Edward, does he have a last name?
Edward Adams.
Edward Adams. Okay, Edward Adams. And now every character has some form of magic. What does Edward do?
Edward's his bones can transmute into titanium.
Okay, so let's call it bone transmutation. Sure. So that's Edward's name, obviously, is Edward Adams, and his estate is bone transmutation. That's what he has power over. And that's just sort of like a general tagline for what he can do. Now, Edward is a person, and as a result, he's got to be good at certain things, and he's got to like certain things. So what sort of, basically you have 10 points to spend on passions and skills, which are things that Edward is passionate about and things that he's good at. And if you guys actually take a look at one of these handouts here on the right, there is the rules page for passions and skills. I won't bother to read it. You guys can if you want to, but just follow along. So we're going to spend 10 points on passions and skills, up to 5 per passion. One of those skills must be your form of magic. It can be a 0. You can also enter 0 or negative skills. And there are also 2 skills that the game has in it that have rules, right? Everything else is just sort of like dancing gives you the ability to dance. There aren't rules for that. You can just dance, and whatever that means to you. Maybe it's specifically tango, maybe it's waltz, but that's for you to determine. The 2 skills that the game does lay out are cool and shine. Cool is sort of the James Bond factor, right? Like, I have a gun and I'm pointing at somebody. If I'm pointing it at just a guy, there's a pretty good chance I'll shoot them. If I'm pointing it at James Bond, there's a significantly smaller chance that I will shoot them because he's James Bond and he is too cool to get shot like this. My gun will jam. I will miss. He will disarm me. It could be anything, but shooting him is harder because he's James Bond. That's cool. It's a skill penalty. It's defensive. The other one's shine, and that's charisma and leadership, right? That's like, if I have a lot of shine, I can be like, hey, drive the car under that bridge. And when you go to drive that car under the bridge, you'll do it better than you otherwise would have, because my ability to lead is granting you an increased skill at driving cars. It's not really mind control. I can't be like, hey, jump off a bridge, and you'll do it. But if I'm like, hey, jump off this bridge, and you're like, okay, and you jump off the bridge willingly, not trying to hurt yourself, you'll do a better job at it. Like base jumping.
So kind of like things that normally wouldn't necessarily work well now will work better because you have more shine.
Yeah, but also something that would work well can work better. So like, I don't know, like a squad leader for a squad of riflemen can be like, focus your fire over here, and they'll all be able to shoot better when aiming at that certain thing. It's just generic leadership. It's pretty OP. So it could be something you guys want. If nobody gets it, the game will still be fine. So those are 2 skills that are in the game, but what sort of, well, let's first put down skill bone transmutation, which is something that we know Edward certainly has. So how good is Edward at this?
It's more of a thing that happens naturally and he has to control it.
Okay, but like how powerful is it?
I'd say very powerful.
Okay, so would you say like maybe a 4 point? Like,
Yeah.
So if we look at the rules over here, difficulties and will, you can sort of see what different points do. And this is like you can do for no effort. So like at 4 points, for no effort, you can do something effective, something that gets you closer to your goals. At 5 points, for no effort, you can do something that makes your life better. So how powerful this is naturally without like exerting himself is something you want to determine there. Now, if it's something that like is generally very powerful, but like is very tiring, then you might want to put less points into it and just sort of use will as a player to determine how much how much skill you put into an action.
So basically, it doesn't limit you. Just the more difficulty it is, the less you exert yourself to do something. Basically.
Yeah. So let's take cooking, right? If I have skill 1 in cooking, I can cook something that will make me happy. Let's say it's a cupcake. But if I'm trying to impress somebody, it takes 2 points of will. So it's going to be something where I exert myself a little bit. Now, if I'm trying to cook something productive, something that will make my life better, so like cooking a meal for a date to get a girl to be my girlfriend, that would be 4 points of will. And then I would cook something productive. Spending 4 and 8 points of will is really difficult, and that's the sort of thing that actually like can negatively impact you. So if you're spending 8 points of will on stuff over and over, you can, I'll explain it later when we get to it, but you can take damage.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's sort of like how good you are at something naturally, but it's not how good you can. Well, and it also is how good you can be at something. If you have 0 skill in something, you can never do it to rank 9. You can't spend enough will.
Just a question. Do these have any growth? Like, do we become better at these things?
There is growth. Yeah, there are opportunities for growth throughout the game, but right now it's just sort of like, where is your character now? What does he do well now?
I'm just asking, like, if I start at something at 0 or -1 or something right now, that the character
you could grow
can
at
still
it, yeah.
evolve that. Okay.
Yeah. So Dandy, how many points would you want to put in bone transmutation?
I'd say 4.
4 points. All right, cool. Just go ahead and use the scribble tool to like cross off 4 of those little dots next to skill bone transmutation. All right. So what other skills does Edward have? I think you said he was a hacker.
Yeah.
Okay, how good of a hacker is Edward?
I would say 3.
Okay. Sure. 3 points. Go ahead and put those in, and that's going to leave another 3 points. So maybe like a 2 and a 1. Or a 1
I was
and a 1.
gonna ask that. There is a limit. I can just go, well, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9 at everything.
Well, the max is 5 right now. It could get higher in the future, but it would be very difficult. That would be like, you're just naturally able to do something that looks damn good, right?
Exactly.
That's like James Bond and like stunts or something. Yeah, so the max is 5 and you have a total of 10 points to spend. All right, so Dandy, what about passions? What is Edward passionate about? What does he care about?
He enjoys meditating a lot. That's what he's passionate about.
So a passion is generally something like a want.
Okay.
How could you, like, I want to gain control of my body?
Yeah.
Okay. I want self-control. Okay, how many points does he have in that?
1.
Okay, cool. And so that's the sort of thing where if you're trying to use a skill to control yourself, you can spend 1 point on it. So like, and that is like, because it's a passion, it's a little bit open-ended. So it could be like, you're trying to walk on ashes, which is something that is really not that hard, but you would be better at it because you have that sort of 1 point in passion. Or it could be like, a wizard's trying to control your mind, but you want to regain control. Well, you want to control yourself, so you can use that. Sweet. What else? What other passions does Edward have?
He enjoys martial arts. Is that a passion?
That's probably a skill.
Okay. He really wants to keep his friends safe.
Passion, I want to protect my friends. Sure. Okay, and then you said he's good at martial arts, so let's put that skill in there too.
Yeah.
Okay, so probably 1 point in each of those, and that would be your 10 points. All right. Cool. So let's start everyone else thinking about passions and skills. Or no, let's finish off Edward, and then we'll come back and we'll start to work through the next people a little bit faster. So you finish your passions and skills, and that's basically half of it. Now you have to spend bonds. You have 8 points to spend, much the way you spent them on passions and skills. And bonds are very powerful. Here's the page that explains bonds. Basically, there are like things that your character is or does. The bond I can't be caught is something that Houdini might have. Or the bond I can't lose is something that Zapman might have. So the thing is that bonds are really powerful because if it's something positive, it can probably be used to improve one of your skill checks, right? So if you're like in a situation or trying to escape something and you have a bond I can't be caught, then you can add that to your skill to escape. On the other hand, if a bond gets you into trouble in some way, it will actually regenerate your will by the strength of the bond. So if you have the bond that I always stick out, and you're trying to sneak into a convention hall and you get caught, suddenly you get will back.
Okay.
Yeah. So, the bond that... Sorry?
Are bonds just generally positive things like that, or...
They can be
I
negative.
can't... Oh, right. I seen the... I can't enter a house uninvited, yeah, okay.
Yeah, you can't enter a house invited, or I can't see. Being blind is a bond. And when you run into difficulties because you're blind, you get will back. Now, it would obviously be very hard to play a character that's blind, but at the same time, you would be generating a shit ton of will. And probably be really annoying.
I'm not sure how politically correct this stream is right now.
No, it's not really... I mean, that's just sort of a thing, right? There are people who can't see. Anyway, so, yeah, the one bond that obviously came to mind for this character is that he cannot control his power to some extent. I think that could just be in the bond of I can't control my power. Is that something you would agree with?
Yeah.
Okay. You have 8 points to spend on bonds. How strong is that?
4, I think.
4. All right, fill it out. Sweet. What other bonds might your character have? Like, what are some positive facts about him?
He fits in. He's the complete opposite of standing out. He's very normal.
Okay. I'm just a normal guy.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
That means he will probably be very good at blending in and stuff like that.
Yeah, so any time where you have to blend in or seem normal, you can invoke that bond. Sweet. How many points is that?
Probably just like 1 or 2.
Sure. Okay, then you have 2 points left. All right, so what other bonds does Edward have?
Very reluctant to fight.
I hate fighting.
Yeah.
Or, I seek the peaceful path.
Yeah.
Okay. Or, Well, you want to word it in the right sort of way. So maybe like, I won't fight unless necessary. Okay. How many points is that?
I'm just gonna put 2 in there.
Okay, cool. So that's Edward. He has skill. His magic is bone transmutation, which he has 4 points in. He's a skilled hacker. He is passionate about self-control and protecting his friends, and he is also skilled in martial arts. He can't control his power. He's just a normal guy, and he won't fight unless necessary. The other thing on the sheets are wound levels and wounds, which is combat stuff, basically. Occasionally non-combat stuff if you somehow manage to hurt yourself. And destiny, which is sort of character and plot advancement points, which we can explain down the line. Sweet. Let's just go down. So star count. What up? What's your character's name?
Fang.
Thing?
Fang. Feng.
Okay. Cool. And what's his form of magic? What does he do?
Dragon aspect. So he can like breathe fire and have scares and shit.
Okay. Very cool. How skilled is he in this?
Very. So I'd say like 5.
All right.
I think everybody's going with a 5 on the thing they're good at.
Well, you can, but you don't have to, and that can actually be really interesting too.
Yeah, I'm not. I already know I'm not.
Yeah. Because then you could just be really, really good at like a lot of other things. Okay, cool. So go ahead and use the scribble tool and mark off 5 of those little boxes. Alright, what other skills does Fang have?
Was it cool? Was it the one?
Yeah,
you mentioned?
cool is sort of defense.
Yeah, he's got that.
Okay. How many points in cool does he have?
So we have a limit on how many, right?
Yeah, you've got 5 points left to spend.
Okay, so 2. 2 in cool.
Okay, cool.
Cool is cool. Is it possible to deduct points from things? Like if I start with 10 points, but if I want to have 12 points, can I deduct points from something else?
No. Negative points
No,
do not
okay.
count.
Okay.
Negative points are not actually negative. They're just like, you're bad at this.
That's bad. Okay.
Alright, so what sort of other skills and passions does Fang have?
Right. He has skills with a blade, just like a short one, not swords.
So like a dagger?
Yeah, that kind of thing.
Okay. How many points does he have with that?
Just 1.
Just 1. Alright. Okay, and does Fang have any more skills or passions?
Passion for food.
For what?
Food.
Food.
Yeah.
Okay, what does he think about
Like-
food? Does he like
Well cooked food, not lots of food, but like high class.
Okay, yeah, so I only eat the best.
Yeah.
Okay, how many points does he have in that?
I can go with 0 on one, can't I? Or
Yeah,
do
you can have 0.
You just have 4.
Sorry?
You have to have 5 passions and skills.
No, you can have as many as you want.
Okay.
Yeah, you
I'll
just
do
need
it
to
now.
spend all your points, so you have 2 points left.
Yeah, I'll just put 2 points in that.
Okay,
That's fine.
cool. Now, what sort of bonds, what sort of facts are there about Fang?
He's got sense of honor.
He's got what?
Like a sense of honor. Like he feels bound by.
Okay. I will follow my code.
Yeah.
Cool. How many points in that?
I'd say 5.
Okay, so he is very honorable.
Yeah.
Alright, cool.
Samurai style.
Alright, cool.
Yeah.
You've got 3 more points to spend on bonds.
Okay. He lacks empathy.
Okay.
I don't know how to.
I don't care about others. Or something
Yeah.
like that. Okay.
Yeah, something like.
Alright, cool. How many points in that?
2,
Sure.
and that leaves me with 1 point to spend, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that will be. It's hard. Doesn't take orders well, so
Okay. I know what I'm doing, maybe?
yeah. So 1 point in that.
Okay, cool. Sweet. Let's move on to Wolfpack. What is your character's name?
I typed this out and pulled it up. Jacob Dane. Dane.
Sweet. And what is his estate? What's his magical ability?
I'm not sure how we would classify it, but it's like quasi psi-based. So think of like Gambler from X-Men. He's got kinetic-based powers, but he has to touch the thing in order to make it.
So it's a form of telekinesis.
Kind of, yeah. And on top of that, like it's part of the same ability, but it manifests itself differently. He can sense the feelings of people around him.
Okay.
Kind of the thing we talked about just before we started.
Sure.
So it's all kind of like it ties together. It's the same ability. It just manifests itself differently.
Yeah, I mean,
It's
whatever
kind of an
you want
extension
to
of
call that.
conscious energy.
Okay. Yeah, whatever you want to call that, man.
Mentalism.
Yeah, that works. Mentalism. That's fine.
Sure, he is a mentalist.
Yeah.
Sweet. How many points does he have in it?
I'm gonna say like, I'm gonna pull this up so I can fill it in for you. Say 2. He's got 2 in that.
Okay, sweet. Cool. What else? What other skills and passions does he have?
Another skill he has, he fights with melee weapons, so he'll anything he can use to hit somebody with, he fights with. Melee abilities.
Okay, so is that like I'm good with anything?
Yeah, he can pick up a pipe and use it, or a 2x4.
So improvised weapons.
Yeah, but specifically melee because it interacts well with.
Right. So is that like, but like if you gave him like a finely crafted katana, would he be able to use it to its full potential?
Not to its fullest potential. He's not a samurai trained warrior. But
So he would be using it about as well as he would use a machete.
Yeah, basically.
Okay. Yeah,
He
so
could use
improvised
it,
weapons.
Yeah, he could use it effectively, but he's not a trained samurai.
Got it.
Jack of all trades kind of thing.
Yeah, but only with melee stuff. He can't like bow and arrow. He has no idea to use that kind of stuff.
Cool. How many points does he have in that?
That one's a 3.
Okay.
Let's see. Here's what else I have. I don't know if these would be skills or fall under the category, but he's got confidence and leadership ability.
So that sounds like shine.
Okay.
I mean, do you want to be able to tell people what to do and have them do it well?
Well, the character kind of profile I created was that he's always tries to become the leader of the group, but he does so through the conflict and the abilities that he has. Kind of forces people that they can be that position.
So it sounds like a low level. Like, is he good at leading?
He's had to become moderately good at it just because he's been forced into the positions, but he's not spectacular.
Okay, so that sort of sounds like a 1 or 2 point shine.
Okay.
So I would say like a 1 point shine or a 2 point shine. Like, what's your call?
I'll probably say 2.
Okay. So you have 3 points left to spend.
Yeah.
What else?
Skills and passions. Basically a passion is he wants to find a group he fits in with. He feels solitary. He doesn't know my character that I created doesn't necessarily know that there's other people like him that can do other things. So he feels alone and kind of wants to find people that he fits in with.
Okay, so I want to fit in. How many points is that?
A 2.
Sweet. All right, that is all 10.
Cool.
Wait, no, I put too many points in shine. You have 1 point left.
Oh, I do? Okay. Another passion. What would be another passion?
What sort of things does he want to accomplish?
He wants to what does he want to accomplish? He's this in the character that I created, he's a young, confident, cocky, like 18-year-old guy who wants to be a leader, but also find people that he fits in with and be also equals with.
So maybe he wants to make an impression on people?
Yeah, that would be good. Yeah, wants to make an impression. That'd be a good way to put it. That'd be a good one.
Sweet. And that is 1 point.
Yeah.
All right. Now it's bonds. So what facts are there about your character?
He fakes confidence. He'll say, "Good, do this," and he'll think it's right, but he won't know. He fakes confidence.
So sounds like he'll do something even if he's not sure.
Yeah.
I will act even if I don't know what I'm doing is right.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yep.
Okay. How many points?
There's 8 for this one.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go with 2.
Sweet.
This is harder than I thought it was going to be. I thought I was going to be able to breeze through this, and it's going to be a little harder. Chat's not being helpful. Jeez. I'm trying to think of scenarios that he would be in.
Okay, well, he wants to fit in. Is there a reason he doesn't?
The reason he doesn't is because he segregates himself because he knows that people aren't like him.
Okay, I'm different from everybody else.
Yeah, or he feels he is anyway. Yeah. And that one's pretty high. That one's going to be at least a 3.
Okay. Sweet. So now you have 3 points left to spend.
This is one. He'll fight even when everything around him tells him that he shouldn't. He should back off. He will
Okay,
fight.
I won't
even if
back
the
down
odds
from
are
a
against
fight.
him. I won't. Yeah, I mean, he will, but most oftentimes he won't.
Okay, so then it's like a 1 point bond.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. That is 2 points left.
Okay. I'm trying to think of something that would interact. Go ahead.
Shoutouts to Adonis, just saying.
Yeah. Okay, so what about, like, why does he lead?
He kind of, Adonis kind of touched on it. He leads because he knows people's feelings around him. He can sense it if he wants to.
Okay.
And so he tries to help them accomplish their goals. And also, it's like it's a position of power for him. It's a power play. He likes being on top. He likes people coming to him for advice and coming to him for answers.
So maybe the bond is just like, I'm a natural leader.
Yeah, we can go with that.
Sweet. And how many points is that?
I'll put that 2 points. That's not what I meant.
Sweet. All right. Proxy.
All right. My character, can I? Do you want me to write the things, or are you
Yeah, you can if you want.
If I do this right. So my character's name is Dio.
Okay.
That's not an official name. He doesn't disclose his official name. He was born. He lived up as a street kid. He grew up as a street kid. Now he's like in his 20-somethings, and basically his big concern is surviving. Like that's basically all he cares about.
Okay, so I'm already thinking Bond, I'm a survivor.
Yeah, survivor. I'll get there. You can write the other things because you have more experience with this thing. So his skill or his magic is fire. Pyro.
Okay, so pyromancy?
Yeah, basically. He needs to have line of sight or touch things. Right?
Okay. I mean, that can still be pyromancy, and you can just, like, sort of know that limitation.
Yeah. Just stating that.
Okay. How many points does he have in it?
4. He's quite good at it.
Okay. Sweet. What else?
Okay. He's athletic, but not very much. He's just like regularly athletic, so like 1 or 2.
Okay.
He's a little more than average, I guess, like 2.
Yeah, so that means that without really exerting himself, he can accomplish a task. So
exactly.
Without exerting yourself, you can climb a fire escape.
Basically, yeah. He's not going to be doing front flips from the top of buildings without trouble, but he can jump a fence without a problem. I'm going to go for cool, 3 points, because rule of cool, guy with fire.
Sure.
1 point in intimidation.
All right.
And can I have a point something at 0?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
I'm noticing you have a ton of skills. So what if instead of intimidation we said passion, people are scared of me?
Sure.
Or like
You can say that instead.
Or like respect through fear or something like that.
Yeah, sure. Something like that, because then it becomes a character property and not just another skill.
Okay. Sweet.
Holy diver chat. And at 0, I was gonna say lie detection, but since you want something that's a character, I don't trust people.
Okay.
I think that's all the points, right?
Yeah, that's all the points.
Yeah, okay.
Alright, so bonds.
Bonds. How many points do we have for bonds?
8.
8? Alright.
Mm-hmm.
So survivor would be one of them, right?
I'm a survivor.
I guess 4.
Alright. I guess it really has been down too long in the Midnight Sea.
I didn't actually make the connection with that Dio, but now that I did, I'm glad I did.
Alright, what else?
Bloodlust. Like he likes fighting, and he will like lose what he's doing, or berserker, or whatever you prefer to call it. Like he will sort of lose what he's doing at the moment to get wrapped up in the fight.
So like I live to fight?
Sure, let's go with that. Naruto.
Okay. How many points?
2.
Alright.
Well, bollocks, I actually had 2 things that were the same. I had Survivor and Berserker. Sorry, Survivor and Relentless. Or we can go with Relentless with the rest of the points. Relentless is that he doesn't let something go.
I don't give up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which would be the remaining 2 points.
Sweet. Alright.
What is it with my character that just brings up songs in the chat?
His name is Dio.
I suppose.
Okay, one sec. Cool. Alright, Silent Wolf.
Okay. Character name is gonna be Albatross.
Got it.
The Giant. I don't know why, but
Albatross the Giant?
yeah. It's just one word. The Giant is his last name.
Okay.
His special magic will be, I guess, like elemental type stuff. Like he can control elements.
Okay,
like
so
fire, like minerals and that kind of stuff.
What makes you not just Proxy's pyromancy, but better?
I can't. I can only do one at a time, and after I use it, I'm very drained.
Okay, so it sounds like you have a low skill in elementalism then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like only like 2.
Okay.
I was gonna say that's kind of bullshit.
Yeah.
I can change it, I guess.
No, I mean it's just sort of like the one thing I was thinking of was like, what if someone makes their magic ritual magic and they're like, I can do anything. I can do all magic. Well then, like, what's the catch, right? And you just sort of have to bake one in so your character's not dumb. And for ritual magic, it would be like, I'd say like this character would have to like draw out a circle and have regents and shit.
Yeah. I have to spend a lot of time setting up and shit.
Yeah, exactly. So, like, basically, you can totally be elementalism as long as you know, like, why it's not OP. Or what the downside is.
Okay. For other skills, I guess my guy will... I guess he'll be good with ranged weapons, because no one else really is like that.
Okay.
So, like, bows, guns, that kind of stuff.
Just in general range weapons.
Yeah, like a marksman, I guess.
Okay.
Walk up to the cub, like, what up? I got all the elements.
Sweet. So you got skill in ranged weaponry. How many points?
I'll say 3 for that.
Alright, cool.
And for the last skill, he'll be good at running. Like, he can run fast and stuff.
Okay. Cool.
And far.
How many points?
How many do I have left?
You have 3 points left. Wait, sorry, 5 points left.
5? Then I'll put 3 into that as well.
Alright. Sweet.
And for the last skill, like I'll put 2 into the last one, and it will be... I guess he's good with the ladies. That'll be his last skill. He's slick.
Okay, so how about, like, passion, I'm a ladies' man, or all the women love me?
Yeah, that's good.
Sweet, how many points?
Just the last 2 for that.
Alright.
Would it be because you're hot and you're cold, and I don't know the rest of the music?
Yes,
Very
you know.
boys.
Alright, so 8 points in bonds.
Bonds. I guess the bond will be, for one, he is kind of anxious around people. He doesn't like being in big crowds too much. That'll be a negative bond.
Okay, crowds make me anxious. That begs the question, why is your character in New York City?
Good question. I don't know.
Alright, well, we'll answer that somehow.
By his magical powers.
Alright, sure. How many points in crowds make me anxious?
I'll put 2 in there.
Sweet. Okay.
Another bond, I guess, will be he likes to inspire people.
So like that's more of a passion than a bond.
Passion? Okay.
So how can we make that a bond? Like what fact about his character is there that we can draw out of that?
He likes to do crazy shit.
I'm a daredevil.
Yeah, that would work.
Okay, how many points?
We'll put 4 into that.
Okay, cool. Four points. All right, you've got 2 points remaining.
Last one. The bond will be I can tell great jokes.
I'm hilarious.
Yeah.
We have an interesting group that's formed here.
So 2 points.
Yeah, 2 points into that.
All right. So that is everyone's character created. We're going to keep using this for character sheets.
I'm genuinely surprised he didn't put as a bond. Sup, ladies.
I can't be two ladies. It wouldn't be fair for it.
Okay, wait. Dandy,
Hello.
How many points did your character have in his skills? I think something got messed up when I moved the character sheets up.
4, 3.
Mm-hmm.
I think it must have been 111, I guess.
Yeah, that sounds right. Okay. Nah, they got messed up in a few places. And so Fang had how many points in Dragon Aspect? Was it 5?
Yeah.
Okay, and 3 points in Cool?
Yeah. That's...
And then 1 in 1?
Yeah.
Sweet. Jacob Dane was what, 3, 2, 1, 2, 1?
I think so. Actually, I actually think. Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah.
Wait. Oh no, it was a 2-point shine.
Yeah, I think
And-
everything got moved up one somehow. So I think it was blank 3, 2, 1, 2.
No, your mentalism wasn't blank.
No, blank. I know, but I'm trying to remember what it was. Whatever the remaining point value is.
Oh, okay. No, your mentalism was 3, I believe.
Was it?
Yeah. I think this is right. I think it's 3,
Okay.
2, 2, 2, 1.
Okay.
Sweet.
It's close to what it was. Close enough, anyway.
All right, cool. So those are everyone's characters.
I fixed mine.
All right, cool. Yes, those are everyone's characters and their abilities. Yeah, so Party is very good at fighting. Very good at fighting.
Very bad at everything else.
You can intimidate and you can hack. But if there is a locked door with like one of those like buzzing thingies that where you have to be like, hey, it's this person to come in, you guys are fucked.
Everybody's gonna be punching
Unless
the
it's a
lock,
lady.
trying to set fire to the door.
I
man.
might have a chance at that.
Fucked unless it.
Yeah. All right, cool. Let's take a short break, and when we get back, we will continue and actually play the game a little bit. So we'll be back in about 5 minutes. Stay tuned.